Good afternoon to the good people. Good afternoon to the bad people, friends and enemies. Good afternoon, boom shakalaka to you all. I am Chris Bass. Of course, this is the Precursor. We do this every Wednesday. Everybody gathering on board 4 p.m. Central. Of course, obviously on Fridays, same time at 4 p.m. Central. Always wanting you to be well where you are. Sorry, Mike. Always wanting you to be well where you are. And come on board. Everybody's is coming on in. Thank you so much. Like Barbara Jean. Right there on Facebook Live. Thank you for checking me out. Also, go to the YouTube channel that I have, the Chris Base channel. All one word, the Chris Base channel with a dot at the end of channel. Subscribe, like, and share. And go tell about 4 of your friends and 18 of your enemies. Let's see as we so Barbara is on both. She's on both. She's on both of them. YouTube channel and of course on Facebook Live. Thank you, Barbara Jean. Let's see. How you doing, Omar? Says good afternoon, Chris. I am back. Let's see. Was that nice shirt? Back, yeah, nice shirt. You got on a Hello Barbara Jean. Yeah, this shirt I had on before. This is another Fantastic Four shirt that I purchased recently, and I've been a fan of the Fantastic Four for a lot of years. I watched this version of it on Disney Plus, and I must say that it really is a good, probably one of the best iterations of the movie of the characters I've seen in a long time. They usually sometimes get it wrong from the standpoint of adaptation, and then they have the right, of course, to change what they feel they could do with the character storyline. But it's not like sticking with the story and making some changes here and there. But I'm a big fan. I like this version of the First Steps. It's caught in the '60s. I mean, it's still it's in the '60s, mind you, and they did a good job recreating a 1960s era in New York. And they, meaning the celebrities of the Fantastic Four, which is what they were celebrities living in the Baxter Building. And the really first challenge of the Fantastic Four is to go up against a being called Galactus. And Galactus was going around swallowing up planets. That's what he did. He ate planets, put some barbecue sauce on it, and went to town. And so he was doing all this, and the Fantastic Four had to stop him. So it's one of many challenges that the Fantastic Four had done. But I really liked it. I think it was a good story. How you doing, D? D Houston is on here. Thank you so much. All of you in the comment section, the peanut gallery, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. Also, shout out to all of you out there who was giving nice online birthday greetings to my 3-year-old granddaughter, Everly. I got a chance to speak to Tia, my daughter, before I got on air, and so she was showing me around via video call of the baby. She had a nice little blue dress and got Bluey. I had to get this thing called Bluey. I had no idea who the hell Bluey was. So it's a current character that you see on social media and television and everything else, and that's like the character that a lot of children like. So she has on like the Bluey ears. It's a blue dog called Bluey, and she has a nice light blue top on and a dress, and she's running around the house, enjoying herself. Enjoy yourself, a little one. But yeah, I mean, she's not even eating cake yet, and she's high as a motherfucker. I mean, I didn't know my face, but yeah, and she's out there, just running around and everything else. And I don't know what she had yet, but oh man, it's just cool to see the grandchildren enjoy themselves. So, happy birthday to Everly. Papa loves you, and I get a chance to check you out when the birthday wishes start because you're gonna get the cake. That's gonna get the cake and the candles go. Done this before with both children. My oldest grandson, Emery. So video calls. We video call. Mattia video calls me. Edward, my son-in-law, video calls his mother, and then we all say happy birthday at the same time. It's pretty righteous. Let's see. I need new glasses. Y'all gotta pray for me. Happy birthday to Everly. Many happy and blessed returns of the day. Thank you, D. Appreciate that. Barbara Jean, she's entitled. Absolutely. Yeah, entitled. Yes, she is. Happy, what's that? Yeah, happy she's enjoying her day. Yes, she is. Big time. Big time. I'm telling you, she couldn't even speak. So she said, hi, Paw Paw, and that was cool. And my gifts to her are being delivered today via Amazon. So I was checking the time. It should be, they give you the time between 3:15 and whatever. So it's being delivered today. And ironically, once again, this whole Bluey connection, I got her a Bluey. I got two gifts. One of it is a Bluey boom box that plays songs from the show. Now I know she's in the Bluey like that. That's just divine intervention on the whole. I know they talked about Bluey before, but I know they're like deep into it because you got to know your grandchildren and your children because they like it. I had no idea. I remember I video called them before we were on a video call. I saw them watching the program. I know they were like into like fans type of thing. So yeah, they are the fans of Bluey. So one of the gifts I got her was a Bluey boom box, which should be arriving today. And looking forward to seeing her with the gifts and definitely having a good time. Ooh wee. Let's see. Let's see. When I was visiting my niece, let's see. Hold on, man. I can't see. You gotta forgive me. I was visiting my niece's house in Florida. My great nephew, he is 1 year old, and he watched Bluey. Yeah, thank you, Omar. Bluey's a thing. It really is a thing. I had no idea. It's been a long time since I had kids, so you know how it goes. And plus, they live in Arizona. Let's see. I watched Bluey too. You know what? I gotta sit down and watch it. Find out what all the fuss is about. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Let's see. Oh, so let me get some water here. So, oh man, let me clear my throat, man. Excuse me. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. I should have got some tea. I usually a habit of drinking tea before I go on and do this. So I got to start getting back in the habit of drinking tea again. See, back to the peanut gallery. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to one Sick Diggy. How you doing, Sick? Thank you for being in the program, being part of the program, being here. Let's see, D, my youngest grandson loves Bluey. It is a cute show. I gotta check it out now. I gotta check it. I've seen advertisements for it, but I just never watched it. I got now see now I gotta sit down and watch the program. How you doing, Lisa? Lisa's coming through on the Chris Base channel. Thank you so much for the time. Good afternoon, Base Nation. Thank you, Lisa London. Thank you so much. Everybody's gathering around. How's your Thanksgiving? How was that? How was that for you? Mine was good. It was nice. Like I said before, when I was thinking about the whole thing, it's always interesting because everybody picks so much damn food, a lot. So I don't know. I'm just a newbie cook. I mean, I'm a freshman cook. The way I look at it, I'm still new. Been cooking for 3 years, but that's a lot of damn food. And I see it over the years. Whether it's Thanksgiving, Christmas, or holidays, depending on you celebrate your holidays. But good night, it's a lot of food left over. So it would make sense to me. Just fix what you can and keep it in a certain timeline of the whole thing. And maybe you should look at the fact of all the cooking that you do. Maybe start to streamline it. Streamline it. So that way we so much pressure on you. Because gee, by the time you get finished, I mean you are exhausted. I know people are. It's just one of those things. And again, I thought about this too. Like I never had it, but I'd like to have it, but I just make a conscious effort. Christmas, instead of getting the turkey and stuff like that, I like to have prime rib, mashed potatoes, and of course, gravy on it. Some corn, maybe some cream corn, and I'll be satisfied. I'll be satisfied. I'll be fantastic. I'll be great. So that's something different for the holiday season. That's the one thing that always come to mind. Even when I was a kid, what's something different? You can't say anything on a vote because you're a kid. You get yelled at, depending on your household. But I was like, man, that would be cool just to have some prime rib for for Christmas, man. So we shall see. But that's a conscious effort to do something like that. But man, I'll be righteous. I used to go to Lowry's for prime rib here in Chicago. It is not here anymore. It still breaks my heart. Man, that was my joint. That was the place to go. Everybody that I knew obviously went there, and man, it's just that was the restaurant of choice. Because one of the things I did before we get into these topics, one of the things I did when I got into radio, one of my goals was to go to a lot of steakhouses. See how many steakhouses I could go to. So be me and my wife, or me and my family. So it varied on the situation. But man, I used to love going to steakhouses. And my wife and me at the time, Vic and I went to Lowry's, and we had a great time. And so to go there over and over, we became regulars there at Lowry's. Man, it was great. Fun time had by all. A Pentagon watchdog concluded that the Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth risked exposing sensitive information that could have endangered U.S. troops when he relayed information about a planned military strike in Yemen using the Signal commercial messaging app, according to a person who read the classified information and another source who had knowledge of the findings. The Defense Department's Inspector General had concluded that the information Hegseth put in Signal had been properly classified by U.S. Central Command prior to the Secretary sharing information with his colleagues and his wife, according to two sources. But the information was so sensitive and risked putting troops in danger if it fell into the wrong hands. The IG concluded that it should not have been relayed using a commercial app. The people familiar with the details said. The sources said that, according to the person telling the report, Hegseth refused to sit down for an interview as part of the investigation. But he told the IG in a statement that because he has the power to classify and declassify information, he acted within his rights. Hegseth also insisted in a statement that the information he shared in the chat was not sensitive and that it would not put troops at risk if exposed, an assertion the IG rejected. CNN first reported on the findings in the IG report. The IG office declined to comment to ABC News, while the Pentagon did not immediately respond to a request for a comment. The unclassified findings by the IG are expected to be released by Thursday. Last March, The Atlantic revealed the existence of the Signal app and the chat that included several members of Trump's national securities team, including Hegseth, Vice President J.D. Vance, and Trump's national secretary advisor at the time, Mike Waltz. According to The Atlantic, Waltz inadvertently added Jeffrey Goldberg, is the executive director and editor, to the chat, which included discussions about upcoming military plans to attack sites in Yemen controlled by Houthi militants. Now, going back to, I'm sorry, the executive editor of the paper, Mr. Jeffrey Goldberg. This administration has too many people dropping the ball. Too many people dropping the ball, like Hegseth, who, prior to this, worked on Fox News. And you put him in charge of this. And he put it into a commercial app, going back to Signal. So everybody, including his wife and friends and colleagues and buddies and pals, can see all this sensitive information. And of course, he denies it. I obviously denies, hey, it was. It's not going to hurt anybody. And that's again when you get people who are not qualified for something, this is what you get. They drop the ball every time. And again, go back to 47. I think he believes that this is a show. This is a reality show. And not only that, you put citizens at risk, not just troops. God love the troops. God bless the troops. But it put us at risk at the same time. And again, you don't even care. We know he doesn't care going back to 47. We know that. There's an old adage, you could be bad by your damn self. You could be, and he is, but we had to suffer for it. We do, the citizens. And that becomes more than tiring. Why should we get hit for the mistakes you make? Shouldn't you get hit for the mistakes you make? Absolutely. That goes to anybody and everywhere across the world. But not here. Not in this administration. Know you're doing wrong. Some of these people have to be smart. So I got to give credit where credit's due. Some of these people go along with it because they don't have the backbone to say, you know what, I quit. I understand they got bills to pay, responsibilities, so they go along with it. But some of these people had to have some sort of mind to realize that what's happening here is something unprecedented that we haven't seen before. Again, when 47 got back into office, he got rid of all the guardrails, got rid of all the 4-star generals and people like that because they were telling him no in the first administration. And he, in 47, hates to hear the word no. How dare you tell the orange bastard no? How dare you? How dare you, sir? So what do you do? Get rid of them. Then you implement people who are just beyond stupid. What did Forrest Gump say to us? What did he say in the film about stupidity? I'll watch you typing in there or call in at 312-597-2106. Again, 312-597-2106. What did Forrest Gump say about stupidity? So that's where we are. Let's see, you can't make this up, Sig. Thank you. No, you can't. It's insanity run amok. Hey, Elle, how you doing? Good to see you. Elle, another talk show host in her own right. How you doing? How's your show going? How's your family? So time to time I used to watch her show and she would bring in her grandbaby on there. Her grandson. Very cool. Stupid is? As stupid does. Correct. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Sick. Give you a pat on the back, a hearty handshake, and the warm glow of victory. D also types stupid is, stupid does. That's right, D. Thank you very much. Pat on the back, a hearty handshake, and the warm glow of victory. That's all I got. That's all I got. We're very low budget around here. I don't have any prizes. So there you go. No, you're absolutely correct. And that's where we're living in right now. Stupid is, stupid does. Nut town. I mean, it's all unraveling in front of our eyes. It's all coming to shit. I hate to say it, but shit goes downhill. Let's see. I often wonder why he hired these incompetent people, because he is incompetent. I told you it's projection and reflection. Because everything he says about people is about him. What do you say about President Biden, Sleepy Joe? What we seen about him recently, sleeping in Oval Office and meetings, calling hogs when he was running for the presidency the first time, running against Hillary Clinton. Such a nasty woman. No, you're the nasty woman. That's what he does. So everything he says about the person is really about himself. That's what it's all about. So Lorenzo, how you doing? Lorenzo Clemens, thank you for being here, sir. How's your day going? How are you doing? And thank you for being here, my man. Let's see. It's because they are more incompetent, right, than he is, if that's even possible. Yeah, it's possible to some degree because you get idiots who, like, idiots begot idiots. So you don't hang around any smart people, you can't take it. It will hurt your pea brain. So you get other pea brain people around you. Everybody's pea brain is at ease. Everybody feels great. What is it? Yep, you are correct. Yeah, it's rough being encouraged by something that you know is going to be the demise and dismantling of this country. It really is. I really can't understand how conservatives can get behind this man. I understand about power. I got all that. That's the I get it. Power. Period. Point blank. I got it. But the things he does and the things he said, how can you get behind that? How can you support something like that? Or do you dare not? For the wrath, the orange bastard will come after you. The orange bastard, run for your lives. Hide your children. Hide your wife. Hide you. Shh, don't say anything about it. Don't say about it. Is that what it is? Cowardice, scared, no backbone? If you're a Republican and conservative and you have children, how do you explain it to your children about the way the president is acting? How do you do that? Oh, well, don't worry about it, Timmy. That's how the president is. No. It's wrong. If 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 Timmy wanted to do the exact same thing that Trump was doing, would he get his ass kicked by his parents or sort of reprimanded? Would that happen, or would they just let it slide like the president slide? If it happened in your own house for your own children or anybody, with that behavior pattern that Trump is displaying, how would you handle that? Let's case in point. If you had a child that acted like Trump, really, I mean, go all the way with it, grab by the pussy and the whole thing. As a parent, how you handle that? That's the question I have for you right now. First of all, I would talk and try to communicate with this child. But if it's not working, depending on where you come from, well, we gotta get the belt. Now, I know it's not popular nowadays to talk about that, but that's how I was raised. You get the belt. If I'm getting phone calls from your school telling me that you're out of pocket and you're pulling people's hair and you're telling them how much you want to dictate over them and you're a child, nah, that's not how this works. So how will you handle that? Let's see, what is a bigger what is a big I'm sorry, I can't see it. Damn thing. Hold on. What is a bigger issue? The idiots who support his crazy. And that's what I'm saying. Thank you, Lorenzo. Yes, absolutely. First, manhood and womanhood is not an option, but a way of life. Lorenzo types. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Sometimes where you come from, that attitude get you killed on the street. It really would. And it's not white privilege, it's orange privilege. It really is. When you think about it, when it comes to 47 is concerned. Hey, what's up, man? My man, Trey. How you doing, man? Trey White, Chris Bass, a long time, no here. Absolutely. What you doing, brother? Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. It's been a minute. You're absolutely correct. Good to see you. The whole thing about all of this coming down the pike is, again, an administration that should not even be intact. An administration should really, this administration that we're seeing here really should be on television, not in reality. But unfortunately, it broke the third wall, fourth wall, and got here in reality. I told you it's a bizarro world, and everything is backwards. Down is up, right is left. It's sick. And you tell this, boys and girls, only get worse. And I don't like saying that, but there's no end in sight right now. I'm sorry. Now, anything can happen between now and 3 years from now. I do mean anything can change. But the rate he's going, there's no leadership. There isn't. And he hates the press because he cannot answer any questions. He can't do it. Well, hate to tell you this, but that goes with the job, Mr. President. You have to answer questions. And whenever you ask him a question, what happens? I don't know. I don't know about that. What kind of president is that? I don't know. A doctor who admitted to distributing ketamine to Matthew Perry weeks before he died was sentenced to 30 months in federal prison today, the first to be sentenced among the 5 people convicted in the connection with the Friends actor's 2023 overdose death. Salvador Palencia, get it right, pleaded guilty in July to 4 counts of distribution of ketamine. He is one of 2 doctors convicted of providing Perry with ketamine before the actor died in October of 2023 at the age of 54 years old. The actor was discovered unresponsive in a jacuzzi in his Los Angeles home. An autopsy report revealed he died from the acute effects of ketamine. Valencia, who's 44, was operated an urgent care clinic in Calabasas and had been sent to go to trial in October in the case prior to reaching a plea agreement. He faced a maximum sentence of 10 years in federal prison for each count. The former doctor sobbed as he addressed the court before his sentencing. I should have protected him, Palencia said, saying he failed Perry and the star's family. I had to accept responsibility. Well, yes, you have to accept responsibility. You have to. So when you look at that type of response and once again cutting a plea deal on the whole thing, something just could have been prevented. Let's see. Sorry, side note over here. Please let the cold water trickle in order to avoid frozen pipes. Okay. For those of you who are here in Chicago or other areas of the deep cold, Barbara Jean gave you a very personal public service announcement to make sure that you had your cold water trickle so that way your pipes will get frozen. Thank you for the side note. But, no, the real talk, yeah, that's true. You have to have that happen. So let's see here. Okay, let me try something real quick. Let's see. Hold on. Let me go in here real quick. Let's do it this way. Okay, here we go. Listen, Lorenzo, understand the narrative It's about a stupid man who convinced a segment of the country to buy into his lies, making him president. It continues because we wish to blame others for our failures. We are responsible for revealing, learning, deciphering truth. It fails when we get lazy and self centered. Know that we are in the destructive phase of our country unless we take a hold and not let it spin out of control. Yes, thank you so much, Lorenzo. Good, great words indeed. And again, like you said, the segment of the country that bought into what this man was saying. And I think that part of it dealt with the fact that they, me and the country, realized that they'd rather go with him than at the time Kamala Harris. Not only black in her heritage, African American in her heritage, but also a woman. Oh my God. A woman run this country? Oh, hell no. Mm-mm, no, Lord. Mm-mm. Nope. So instead of that, I'd rather vote for the orange guy. I know he's upset and I know he's a baby. I know but he used to be white. He's orange and he's a man. I'm gonna vote for him. Now, as sick as that sounds, people think that way out there. They do. They interview people. Remember the debate he had, the only one he had with Kamala Harris? Eating dogs, eating cats. Remember that? Remember that comment about immigrants coming here, eating dogs, eating cats? They went to people in real time and interviewed people in real time. Oh well, these. Yeah, I know some crazy things, but ain't no crazy things. But not everything deserves a but behind it. That's a crazy ass statement. He got back in the office. You can't have your crazy uncle Merle run the country. I'm sorry, just no, because he's crazy, and he needs a monogram straitjacket. You know that. You know it, but you're still going to put him in office anyway. So who's to blame? You, the voter, who put his ass back in office. Absolutely amazing. Don't get me wrong. The 3 months that Kamala Harris had was a lightning rod. It was very strong. Very strong indeed. And even she said in a roundabout way in her book that she has out recently about she didn't like the Democratic Party at this time. Because look what they were doing to get her in and get him out. That's why the Democrats need to really get on a mission statement and stick with it. Stick with it. That's hard for me because again, I appreciate the Democratic Party. Wasn't I'm a registered Democrat, but I'm in the aisle unto myself because they gotta get their act together. There's a new day, and you just can't be as diplomatic as you can be. It's just unless you just want to get your clock cleaned by the members on the other side of the aisle. If you like getting your clock cleaned, then there you go. Because they have no chills whatsoever. The Trumpites. They're not conservatives anymore. They're Trumpites. I'm sorry. They attack, they attack, they attack. They talk about your mama, and your mama's mama, and your mama's mama's mama. That's what they do. They just gut her. So do you sit there and stand there and just be diplomatic, or do you want to fight? That's what I'm telling you from day one, A1. Gotta fight. This is a fight, people. Just for basic rights and survival. It's sick. I'm telling you, it shouldn't be this way, but that's what it is. And other countries who've gone through a dictatorship, they know what we're going through. They've seen this movie play out before with dictators, whether you're in Russia or North Korea or anywhere like that. Germany from back in the day. dictators. All praise to them and nobody else. That's the problem. Let's see here. Yeah, it's becoming really disruptive, and people need to realize that it's just you got to fight differently. Let's see, hold on a second. Let me do this. Okay, it gets worse and worse because you have people who continue to back this man, and there's nobody to stop him. Nobody. Let's see. Let me go back here. Truth be told, making excuses for dangerous nincompoopsy. Thank you. Thank you, Lorenzo. You're right. Last year's election was a total disaster. Sick types. Yes, I totally agree. Spending all night posting on his social media, making up who said affordability here in between his naps. Thank you, Jed. Right. Again, like a baby, like a infant child or teenager. Dude, you can't even run the country. Chris, Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, uh, what's the other guy? Haiti and the Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, El Salvador, etc. Right. That's what I'm saying. Other countries have gone through this or continue to go through this with a dictator at the helm. How you doing, Diane? He needs to be impeached. Well, here's the thing about impeachment. I told you before in this program. The impeachment thing is that he could be impeached, but he ain't going nowhere. He could be impeached, but he can still stay in office. He was impeached before. He didn't leave office. President Bill Clinton was impeached. He didn't leave office. The only one left office was Richard Nixon. He just did that because, from what I've read, the Republican Party said, "Mr. President, you got to step down. It's just too much. Too much pressure, and you're going to ruin the party." And I'm just paraphrasing the conversation of the whole Watergate tapes. So Nixon, I believe, had pressure from the party, and he stepped down, of course, and Joe Ford, his vice president, took over the rest of the term. Now, but that was then. So the impeachment is okay, but he ain't going nowhere. So everybody thought that when you get impeached, you leave office. No, that's just a one-time thing that happened. Well, in modern day, we go back to the 70s to now, politics is concerned. Yeah. He needs to be impeached. He shouldn't even be in office, period. Period. And for people to continue to support him, what does it say about you? Really? And once again, it's easy to justify stuff because I think deep down with certain people, they know it's wrong. They know he's wrong, but he's in power. These are people that are around him, but he's in power, and I can get something from him if I ask him to, if I continue to kiss his orange ass. What's in it for me besides kissing the ass? I'm gonna get something out of it. That's what I believe some of these people are thinking. Think about it. Because everybody can't be on board. They're on board by committee say is concerned. They're on board because everybody else is on board. But from the standpoint of what do we do to get him to calm down, it will never happen because nobody can talk to him. Nobody. It's amazing how this country, well, certain people's country, start to justify things. So his mail order wife, Melania, here's a woman, of course, from a different country and had posed nude, but that was okay. I said, wait a minute. But see, same people who, what did he say back in the day? Grab by the pussy. You fast forward to Melania doing nude pics before she became lined up with Trump. Oh, that's okay. That was in the past. That's okay. Same with locker room talk with grab by the pussy. That's okay. That's locker room talk. That's okay. Again, justifying bad behavior. I'm gonna go here now. Stick with me. If Melania was black and posed nude, those pics came out, lights out. Like you ain't. Please put her in a new jail cell that's clean. Yeah, no haps, no haps. Again, we justify what we can. The people who get behind bad behavior, they have no problem justifying it. It's okay to do that when it's not. It just isn't okay. Wrong is wrong. Let's see. I think their lives are being threatened by his followers. I go along with that. Absolutely. You're the Trumpites? Oh yeah, I go along with that. I don't even think Melania lives in the White House. I think she still lives in New York, or I think one article said New York and Mar-a-Lago. She don't live there. Amazing. Just amazing how certain people just turn their head. Classic blind eye situation. And said, to hell with it. I'm going to go along with it. Even though I know it's wrong, I'm going to go along with it. Mm-mm. Straight to hell. If he was marching straight to hell, would you be behind him? Come on now. But that's what happens. It doesn't make any sense. But again, what does nowadays? And all you want to do is be in a situation where something is right, should be em- embraced, that it makes sense, that it's okay to disagree with somebody without your lives being threatened, that it should be okay and it's not. So Innova says, good evening, Chris and Base Nation. Thank you, Innova Ingram, the official chef, her and her brother Mark, official chef of this program, and of course on Baseline as well. Thank you so much. Taking the time to be here. Well, Screaming A. Smith rallied at Senator Mark Kelly for appearing in a now viral video alongside 5 other Democratic lawmakers in which they encouraged military service members to disobey illegal orders from 47th administration. During Wednesday's episode of his Straight Shooter SiriusXM show, the sports commentator argued that Kelly, a retired Navy captain, crossed the line and had no business delivering the message. In addition to Kelly, Senator Alyssa Slotkin of Michigan, Representative Chris DeLuzio from Pennsylvania, Representative Maggie Goodlander from New Hampshire, Representative Chrissy Houlihan from Pennsylvania, and Representative Jason Crow of Colorado, who all have military and intelligence backgrounds, also appeared in the footage that has since amassed 18 million plus views on X. Screaming A. Smith said, "How dare you? How dare you do that? I'm not in the military. I'm not a military person, and I know better than that. But you know better, Senator Kelly. Kelly, you know better." The ESPN host went on to rebuke the Arizona senator for not having gone through the necessary process to address his concerns about the Trump administration's orders. You are an elected official on the nation's capital. We have a constitution. You got a problem, you go through the necessary process, he said. Whether it's House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries in the House or Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer in the Senate or anybody else. Smith added that that is your point. You don't go in front of the cameras and give military officers or military personnel a directive to ignore their commander in chief. Now you don't know how I feel about Stephen A. Smith. It's no question about it. He has the right to speak his mind about anything. I disagree with this. That's why he has his sports programs on ESPN, sports program, of course, the First Take. Then he has a podcast, and then he has a couple shows. He has shows on once again Sirius XM and the Straight Shooter Show, which is comments from this program. They talk about things outside of sports, like politics and the like. So again, the phrase "stay in your lane" comes to mind, but I won't say it. The phrase "you don't know what the hell you're talking about" comes to mind, but I won't say it. Uh, what comes to mind to me is, okay, why are you saying this? Let me continue. The $100 million contract had to come with some sort of price. I could be wrong, just speculation. And part of that $100 million contract, who's to say that part of it was to make sure you continue to push the Republican agenda? I know it sounds strange. I know it sounds weird. I know it sounds all that out of your mind base that no one of them to do with the other. Think about it. I mean, this show I've done over the years and currently, all I want to do is think. That's it. That's all. Come along for the journey to think. The journey to think. That's all I ask. I didn't see him take. This is just me personally. I don't follow the motherfucker, but I don't. I didn't follow him a lot from the standpoint of his other shows was concerned. So I'm speculating here. I didn't hear too much of him going after politicians and the like until the timeline of the $100 million. And who's to say they maybe did before in the past? Don't get me wrong. Before the $100 million, I know he appeared on Handy's show, Sean Handy's show on Fox News. I know that. And maybe he's conservative, Republican. I don't know. You know, I know talk about his. I never heard him talk about his political affiliation, but it seems to me he's leaning a lot towards the right in his commentary. Now, for the record, he could be whatever the hell he wants to be. Nothing wrong. That's what makes this country great. That's what makes it great, not because 47 said so. But really, it's I would not want to tell somebody you can't do one thing because you have the right to do multiple things. Of course, sports, and of course now there's political commentary and have because he went after Representative Jasmine Crockett. That was out of pocket. It really was. He since apologized for that because he was people online on social media probably giving him the business, and rightfully so. Now again, like I said before, Jasmine Crockett out of Dallas represent the state, smart, intelligent sister, makes it do what it do. You come for her. Nah, doc. No, it's no, no. You can criticize all you want to, but why? Once again, I do this. I'm doing it right now, so I can't fault him all the way. It just seems odd to me. Once again, to speculate, it just seems odd. All of a sudden, you're around to, I think, again, push the Republican agenda. And maybe he is Republican. I really don't give a damn, but it just seems strange to me. Okay, so let's see. On the menu, deep fried breaded garlic. Let's see, the deep fried breaded garlic, pork chops. Ooh, wait, okay, y'all always go out. Creole rice drink, homemade lemonade, dessert, homemade chocolate brownie with vanilla ice cream. Okay, again for the cheap seats, deep fried breaded garlic butter pork chops. Damn. Creole rice drink, homemade lemonade, dessert, homemade chocolate, 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 brownie with vanilla ice cream. Thank you again for menu by making us fat just by reading it. You gain weight just by reading it. I know I do. I know I did just now. If you're not into NBA basketball, this still is a shocker. Chris Paul's retirement took a tour. It was very unexpected. The Clippers announced at 3 a.m. Eastern Time that Paul was no longer part of the team in a move that shocked the NBA world. Paul confirmed the move on an Instagram story, saying that the team had sent him home from Atlanta, where the Clippers were to play the Hawks Wednesday night, back to Los Angeles. Clippers president of basketball operations Lawrence Frank confirmed the move to ESPN. We are parting ways with Chris, and he is no longer part of the team. We will work with him on the next step of his career, meaning that we're going to find somewhere to move his ass. That would indicate the Clippers would try to trade Paul, who signed a 1-year, $3.6 million deal with the team in the offseason. Salary cap constrictions could make it difficult for the team to release him, given his contract was fully guaranteed. They could also try to buy Paul out. The Post, Stephon Bondi reported last week that the Knicks internally broached the idea of trying to acquire Paul in a trade. Leon Rose, the Knicks president of basketball operations, represented Paul for years when he was an agent. Paul has spent 6 extraordinary seasons with the Clippers in the 2010s during the prime of his Hall of Fame career. Despite a litany of regular season success, he was never able to lead the franchise past the second round in the playoffs. Chris is a legendary Clipper who has had a historic career. I want to make one thing clear. No one is blaming Chris for our underperformance. I accept responsibility for the record we have right now. There are a lot of reasons why we've struggled. We're grateful for the impact Chris has made on the franchise, Frank added in the statement. Paul, who's 40, announced last month this will be his last NBA season. An unexpected turn in what has been a abysmal season for the Clippers, who are currently 5-16, after many believe they could be contenders for the NBA championship with an experienced laden team led by Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. I don't know. It just seems odd. And it has something to do with his wife at one point. I don't know. It's just hard to get into. It just doesn't make any sense to take a person right out unless it's just something horrific that's damning to the team or something along those lines. But ooh wee. So we just and knowing it's your last year and knowing that this is the team that you want to come back to have some sort of uh, full response on the whole thing. I don't know. So there you go. Absolutely amazing. I don't get it. I also believe that I don't think people just don't give a damn anymore. Again, unless he did something that is detrimental to the organization, but to pull him before he got a chance to have a one last season run on a team he formerly played for, and then all of a sudden, disgusting. It really is disgusting. I try to understand. MC Light back the day when she was rapping, I cram to understand. And that's where we are, cram to understand. Got a few more minutes left in the program before we break company and part company. I'll tell you this. It's not easy sometimes to try to create something and have setbacks at times, and we all have them at one point or another. And you try to find ways to do something different, to maybe approach differently, maybe take a step back, and take a look, and then go from there. And that can be said of life as well. But I'll tell you something. Whatever you do in life, don't let someone take away your joy. Because a lot of joy takers out there. That's their job, to take away your joy. Sometimes they win, sometimes they don't. But continue to hold on to it because it belongs to you. It really does. That's all you got. And hold on to it. Because it's yours, nobody else's. And dealing with people who, again, are there to take your joy away, hold on to it tight. Don't let them even get close near it because it belongs to you. That's it. Because they're out there, they're out there 24/7. People you work with, hell, people in your own family. Really, they're out there. Don't want to see you happy. Like, wait a minute, I'm miserable as hell. Why are you as happy? They instead of focusing on what they need to work on, they look at you and your life's together, living your best life, as everybody says that line, and you're bothering nobody. And then they want to turn around and take your joy. They want to take you what's the make and just take it because they're miserable. They're just unhappy bastards. Just that simple. So can't let them do it. Can't let the bastard get you down. I know in my life I let the bastard get me down, but you gotta find a way to bounce back. You gotta bounce back and once again you gotta fight. Fight for yourself, if anything else. You deserve to walk the earth just like anybody else. Don't let anybody else tell you differently because they will. Don't let anybody else come on and try to take your joy because they will. Let them know. Got the wrong one. Got the wrong one. If not, I'm gonna get you a knuckle sandwich. How about that? As always, thank you for taking the time to be here on the Precursor. Baseline, of course, will be in full effect this upcoming Friday, 4 p.m. Central. Make sure you have time to come on board. We do 2 hours, of course. Sometimes go overtime, depending on how the situation is. And then we just go from there. So thank you all for taking the time to be here. I'll see you on Friday. Continue to be safe. Continue to be sound. Continue to be healthy. And most importantly, above anything else, continue to be loved. Long live the peace. Long live the funk. More power to you. And always imparting with all of you. Always keep your head up.